gonna see how long it takes us to wrap this entire Cybertruck. I even have the timer with us. All right, so before we start, I do want to introduce my boy Andy. He's gonna be hosting this video today because I'll be working alongside my installers. We're gonna see how long it takes us to wrap this Cybertruck, but we're not using regular wrap. We are actually using a dry install PPF by Lumar, a sandbag. It's gonna look nice, but it's not gonna be easy. I do expect this to take a few hours. I'm not too sure yet how long. My guess, 3 to 4 hours, but we'll see how it goes. One of the things to keep in mind about this film is the thickness, way thicker than wrap, so the edges are gonna be tough. That's really what's gonna make this take a little bit longer than it usually would. Okay, so we are gonna tackle this thing in a group of 4, including myself. We're gonna have one person up front, one in the back, and one on each side. Now, before I start, I wanna go ahead and take a guess as to how long it's gonna take us to complete this, but let's see what my team thinks. All right, so here we have my cousin David. Let's see how long he thinks it's gonna take.
I'm thinking 4 hours.
4 hours, that's a very long time. Hopefully we can do it sooner, but a realistic time. What about Oscar?
I think 3 hours.
3 hours, so that's about the same amount as I'm thinking. So what about Lydia?
I think 3 hours also.
3 hours. Hopefully we could do it in that time, but let's ask Darius.
I think 2.5.
2.5 hours. Now that's a really good time there. We're gonna go ahead and let Andy start the timer and let's get to it.
We're about to start the timer, so is everybody ready? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, we're about to check in on the team. We're about 12 minutes in. Let's start off over here with Jay. He already laid this piece over here. As y'all can see, they don't call him the Jay the Rat Specialist for nothing. So he's back here prepping this part over here.
About to work on this quarter panel. This is probably the biggest piece of the entire truck. It's gonna be a little bit trickier. Last truck I did leave this piece for last. It did take a while. One of the things about this truck is that it has a few things here on the side, this side pieces that you can't really take off. And if you can, I wouldn't even do that. We're gonna go ahead and try to lay this without getting any dust in it. We are doing this to customer quality. That's the key thing there. We are turning this to a customer, so we wanna make sure it is good. We are not just rushing through this just like that. We are making sure it's gonna be good. So if anything's not good enough, I'm gonna peel it and do it again.
All right, we're moving on to Lydia. Lydia, how you doing over here?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I see you already laid this part down.
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's going good.
All right.
Just gotta heat it a lot.
So we're moving quick, I see that. All right, guys, so y'all wanna follow me over here to David. David, how you doing, my man?
I'm sweating, bro. I'm over here sweating. We're almost done, though. I'm just tucking in, put a little bit of heat, and we're ready for the next piece.
Awesome, awesome. Come on, man. Follow me over here to Darius. Darius, what you doing, man? You doing the tailgate?
Yeah, just trimming, trying to get it done.
Are you sweating?
Oh, just a little bit.
All right, guys, well, we'll check back in here in the next few minutes, see where they're at, how far they moved in, and we'll go from there.
See a little bit of that color right under it. So now I gotta peel it off and do it again. It's wasting too much time. I wasn't playing when I said I would take it off if it ain't good enough.
Yeah, so we tucking in these edges on this door. I gotta trim the bottom edge, tuck the 3 edges, and then I can move to the rear door. So I feel like I'm moving pretty fast. Not too slow, not too fast. So we also want to do it right because this is going to a customer. So be careful with it. Yeah, it's going good.
All right, so I'm doing the finishing touches on the hood, getting everything cut up, make sure the edges are good. And once again, this is a customer's vehicle. I know we're trying to get it done fast, but we want to get it done right also. We provide nothing but quality work here, and that's how we're trying to keep it.
All right now I'm finishing this door, and the next piece I'm doing is a fender, and hopefully we get to finish this within an hour, I hope.
Trying to finish up my second piece. This one, definitely going a lot slower, making sure that these edges are nice and clean. This is where it really matters, because these side flares, they do end up real close to it. So if I cut too far, it's gonna show the cut of the truck. So I gotta be super careful with it, and I also don't wanna mess up. I already messed up once, because that cab, yeah, I'm blaming the cab. If I mess up again, we'll probably run out of material, because this is a big piece. And when you run out of material with this, you gotta buy another roll. That's $3,000 at least. When you're using your blade, you're pressing kind of hard, but it still won't go through it. The PPF right there doing its job, but it makes it a little bit tougher to install, because I run my blade through it and it doesn't cut. So it does take a little bit more longer. Definitely a different install versus a regular wrap. It does look like a wrap, but this is not a wrap, it's PPF. Sorry, I'm trying to cut this anyway, not cutting.
All right, guys, we're back over here with the rest of the team. We're gonna check up on them. We're about 46 minutes. They're moving pretty quick. They're moving actually ahead of schedule. Everybody said 3-4 hours average, and they're moving pretty quick. Let's go check up on them. Jay, my man, how you doing, man?
With this never-ending piece.
And what part are you doing still, the quarter panel?
This thing's a little bit tricky, but overall it's pretty much done. The next thing I'm gonna jump on, I think it's gonna be the front fender. And after that, whoever finishes first gets to do the other one. And I know they're gonna have some fun with that one.
We got my boy Darius over here doing, what piece are you doing?
The hood.
Okay. Is it hard?
No, it's going pretty good. It's pretty easy.
All right.
It's also my first time working with PPF.
Right,
so,
right. And is this your first Cybertruck you're doing?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So how are the edges? Are they sharp?
The corners are a little rough to do. They're a
Okay.
little hard to do. But
Gotcha.
other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
That's cool. All right. Awesome. Well, let's move over here to Lydia. So we're doing the front fender, is it?
Yes.
So Lydia, what has been your favorite piece right now?
I would say the front bumper.
The front bumper? Why is that?
I think it was way easier to work with.
Gotcha. All right. Is this your first time doing the PPF?
No,
No?
I actually tested it out in, I believe it was Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay, cool. Nice. David, my man. How you doing, man? Doing all right over here? You stopped sweating finally, man.
I had to wipe it down before y'all came with the camera, man.
All right. What piece are you doing right now?
Rear door, passenger side, finishing up, doing the trims, and then after this we're gonna move to, I think, either to this
Quarter panel?
or the front fender. Not
Gotcha.
really sure, but yeah, I think we're moving pretty good, better than I thought. So
So what are the pros and cons on working with this PPF?
it almost feels like wrap. The edges, just a bit thicker than regular vinyl, but the edges do tend not to stick as hard as they should. But it's not too bad overall. It's not too bad.
Gotcha. All right. Awesome. And what has been your least favorite part right now?
All of them, man, because they make me sweat too much. All of them. Least favorite part. It's the hardest I've worked in like 2 months.
All right, guys, so there you have it. We just touched base with the whole team right now. They're moving pretty solid, pretty quick. They're actually way ahead of schedule than projected. Stay tuned, and we're gonna be back here in momentarily towards the end.
Finishing up this last piece. Actually, I think we have one more, the quarter panel, but second to last piece. This is one of the hardest ones next to that quarter panel piece that I messed up earlier. This one here is tough because we do have a area here that's real close to this glass, and it is super difficult to cut this PPF with these blades. Pass the blade once, pass it twice, and it doesn't cut through, but you also don't want to press too hard because you don't want to damage the vehicle. So we got to be super careful with it. We're also super careful with all these edges along this side flare. That's what's making it take longer. So doing doing the edges and cutting. We're about 1 hour in, so way shorter than I thought. I was thinking 3 to 4 hours, and we're about to finish like literally 1 hour. So it's pretty crazy to see. I hadn't even looked at it, and this whole thing's pretty much done. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out real quick so I can go to lunch, because I'm hungry. We're done. Let's see that time. 1:29, so about an hour and a half. It's crazy. It has me sweating, and I see everybody sweating. Made it happen. Yeah, so it took us way shorter time than what we thought. I was thinking 3 to 4 hours. Darius was the closest. He said 2.5. I think 2.5 or 3.5. No, I think he said.
I think 2.5.
Yeah, so 1 hour off, 1:30, that's crazy. I did waste a little bit of time on this back one, but not too much. Everybody was moving quick. I finished off the last piece with David, that quarter panel, the second one. We took it slow because I didn't want this to happen again, even though my cap is only on this side. This thing is not as easy as it looks. Just by using dry install PPF takes it to a whole nother level. I was carrying 3 different blades and I was going through them like crazy. Every single panel required a bunch of blades, a bunch of clicking. I run my blade through there, doesn't cut. You also have to be super careful with this one. It is a lot thicker, the edges are not gonna stick, and yes, we wrap the edges. Very different compared to most. Most people are cutting right at the edge, flush cut, that's cool, but we went ahead and covered all the edges. You won't see any silver on this one. We have to also take our time because we don't want dirt, we don't want a bunch of imperfections. This is customer ready to go, so we made it happen. Hour and a half for something that quality. To get something of this high quality, it definitely takes a lot of skill. So we have a great team here. We knocked it out. Some of the tricky areas on this one, of course, you saw me mess up that quarter panel back there. We also have a tricky fender up front. I think that the fender up front is probably the hardest on this vehicle. The easiest, I would say, would probably be the doors. Doors are pretty simple, straightforward, nice and flat, ready to go. But the fender, it has a nice tricky corner up front, right by that glass up there. So you gotta be super careful on that one. And what made it even more difficult was when I was using my blade. I couldn't get it to cut right on that corner. If you cut it short, it's gonna show some of that silver, and then you gotta start all the way over. So we were trying to avoid that. Had to take my time with that one, but this one came out nice. I also have some crazy ideas that I've been thinking with my team and see what we can make happen. So there you have it. The Cybertruck is fully complete, fully wrapped in PPF. If you enjoyed this challenge video, make sure you let me know in the comments, because who knows, the next video might be your car getting wrapped.